Hey, how's it going? This is Jason, and today we're going to go over the second half of the Tom Brady interview, the Tom Brady the podcast that he was on. And today he's talking about another injury that he had that he was told that he had to get surgery, and how he avoided surgery by having a physiologist on his side, doing the types of treatments that he was talking about in the last podcast. So here we go.
Example. Have you guys ever had groin problems
Yeah.
in soccer?
Hernia, like, oh,
A hernia or
Right.
like an adductor release?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing.
By the way, I had the exact same thing where it felt like a hernia. And luckily, I wasn't told that I needed surgery, but I had the exact same thing that they're talking about here. And it's funny because it does feel like it feels like a hernia. And if they test it that way, it can be misdiagnosed.
In 2006, my groin was hurting. I was doing a lot of single leg squats in the gym, which creating a lot of density in my adductors. And then as quarterback, you move laterally a lot. It's not a lot of straight ahead sprinting. It's more shuffling with your feet. You're dropping back, you're crossing over. So there was just a lot of tension on my adductors. And I was doing a lot of weightlifting because I was told. So I go to after the season, I go.
Just a heads up, the adductors run all the way from the knee up to the groin on the inside of the thigh.
When I tell the doctor, my groin's just really sore all the time. Like every time I move, I can feel it just grab. And he says, and I was working with Alex a lot. We had developed a relationship over 3 years. But I go to the team doctor and he says, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do an adductor release. So we're going to go in there, we're going to cut the adductor tendon in your groin. And while we're in there, we're going to cut the other side as well. So it never becomes a problem. And I was like, okay, that sounds not like what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I called Alex. When I left the office, he was out in California. That's where he was living at the time. He would fly in to see me 2 days every other week. And I said, Alex, I have this, the doctor told me to do this adductor release. What do you think? He goes, absolutely not. Just fly out here to LA with me for 3 days and I'll fix it. Fly out there. We worked on the adductors. We lengthened and softened both adductor muscles, my hips, all my glutes, and basically relieve the tension on the tendon.
Was it painful to do?
Yeah, when you have a tight muscle, you have a tight hamstring, and someone starts working on your hamstring, it doesn't feel very good.
So he says something here that's very interesting. He talks about going over to other muscle groups, such as the glutes, and the glutes are actually the opposites of the adductors. And so this goes back to that coordination factor and why it's important if you do have something like this done to have somebody who's highly skilled in terms of diagnosing the physiology of the body to know what to do and when, which levers to pull. Because if you don't have that aspect, then he would have not gotten the results that he ended up getting from from that methodology.
But it gets to the point where after you do it long enough, it does start to feel good. There's a lot of relief to the relaxation of the muscle. So he worked on the adductors, and then 3 days later, no more pain. The doctor said there's a 99% chance that I'm going to have to cut your adductor tendon at some point. And to this day, nothing.
were the club okay? Were you visiting different?
All right, so there you go. There's a NFL great how Tom Brady lasted in the NFL for so long physically was because of a physiologist, or at least that's one large component of it. So that's how he was able to function and able to have capability, in the realm of his athletics for so long because of his trainer, his physiologist. So, hey, if you want to get a hold of me, then my information is anywhere on the platform that you're watching this on. And so wish the best for you. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon.